Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Meteorologist Kit Alexander, and hope you are having a great start to your Saturday. Here's the thing, though: we had some more snow overnight, and we had snow yesterday, at least in several locations. So here we go again with the slick road conditions. We still have those winter weather advisories in place here for the counties shaded in blue through the morning hours. And I mean, we're still going to have some slick conditions on some of these side roads, even going through the morning into the afternoon. So just a heads up. Even in the Tri-Cities today, on my way to work, I mean, there's some slick roads on the way into Bristol, Virginia. So just a heads up. We do have some of those side roads that have snow and some ice and black ice on them. So please be careful on that. So it looks like, in my opinion, though, the main concentration of these really bad road conditions is still in the mountains right now, where many of those are snow covered and ice covered. So travel still not recommended there. Southwest Virginia, more than what we have in the Tri-Cities, obviously, and still slick spots in the Tri-Cities as well. So just be on alert, like I said, for those general road conditions. Just have to kind of anticipate it. One of the reasons for that is how cold it is. I mean, we have cold weather advisories in place here for Washington County into Russell County, Virginia, Smith County, Virginia, all the way down the eastern mountains of Tennessee and western mountains of North Carolina. Wind chills are going to feel like the single digits to below zero, and in the mountain counties, as cold as -15. Yes, so super cold. By the way, feel free to put in the chat where you're watching from and what you're seeing this morning or how much snow you have on the ground. And I'll try to get to some of your comments here in just a minute. Wind advisories in place on top of that. I heard the winds howling in Bristol last night. But anyway, so wind advisories in place for Smith County for gusts up to 40 plus. And then that also includes the East Tennessee counties from Johnson all the way down to the southeast Green for winds gusting up to around 40 to 45 plus. High wind warnings, though, in western North Carolina. That goes through your Saturday evening for gusts up to 60. We have that dip in the jet stream. That's bringing in that Arctic air again, so at least it's not below zero technically air temperature here in the Tri-Cities this morning, but still plenty cold with temperatures right now. It says 25, feels like 12 outside. So notice that dip in the jet stream finally starting to move off to the east as we get into Monday and Tuesday. In fact, Monday and Tuesday is going to provide a nice warming trend. I'm sure many of you will like that. Here's a look at Johnson City this morning. North state of Franklin still has some snow and some ice around, so just kind of be careful there. Kind of take it slow. 29 degrees, feels like 20 outside. Your hourly planner in specifics highlights a 20% chance of snow flurries this morning from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and still a chance of flurries at least around, but also generally clearing skies as we already see. So some sunshine definitely, but a few areas where you'll have a few flurries as well. And 28 degrees for a high temperature, that's it. Add in the wind into the mix. Gust up to 30 to 35 through the afternoon. It's going to make it feel much colder, feeling like 10 to 15 in the Tri-Cities, but feeling like well below zero in the higher elevations, especially 3,500 feet and above. 28 degrees actual air temperature for a high today. 20 in Marion, 33 in Greenville, a little bit warmer down there, the typical 37 in Knoxville. Notice as we get into the overnight, I mean, we're going to increase some high and mid-level clouds from the west. So I anticipate that lows will hover somewhere around the low teens, but anywhere to the east that we still hold on to these clear skies, we're going to be aiming for single-digit lows. So a little bit milder to the west, relatively speaking, maybe around 16 in Jonesville, as cold as 7 degrees tomorrow morning in Marion, unless we can increase those clouds fast enough in our eastern counties. Severe threat tracker stays medium today, tomorrow. Finally, the milder air is going to win out by Monday and Tuesday. Notice we still have a few little areas, just kind of light flurries, at least mainly in some of our mountain counties. We did have some there in Washington County, Tennessee a little bit ago, also in the Greene County as well. That clearing trend, though, moving from northwest to south and east, we're seeing that definitely taking place in southwest Virginia, so less flurry activity. Notice a big old dip in the jet stream. I mean, another big old dip in the jet stream. This will also reinforce cool air again into Florida as well. Just maybe not as cold, thankfully, as what we had the last time, but it is still plenty cold. Notice as we get through your Saturday, generally clearing skies other than a few flurries. That northwesterly flow is going to be super cold. and it keeps us cold today. Increasing those clouds from west to east for tonight, hence the reason why it will likely be in the single digits to the east and low teens in the Tri-Cities. 8 a.m. on your Sunday, mostly cloudy skies. And notice how the IBM graph doesn't bring the scattered snow through the last couple runs into the Tri-Cities. Some scattered snow or scattered flurries off to the north is what it thinks. But I'm going to also show you the HRRR because, as we can see, things kind of deviated by a few miles even with the high-res data. So we'll show you that too. Here's 5 o'clock. On your Sunday, notice a generally cloudy sky with some partly sunny skies in between. It's kind of what's showing up here. So here's the HRRR. HRRR is bringing that scattered flurry activity tomorrow morning into the viewing area. So still light accumulations regardless, but something that along with the clouds, just a heads up, if your app says 0% chance of anything, there's a couple models that are suggesting a few flurries by tomorrow morning, so just wanted to throw that out there. So not anticipating really any more accumulation, or at least light accumulation as we go through the morning today. But notice as we go into your Sunday, some models trying to highlight a little bit of light accumulation along with the HRRR, trying to bring in a little bit of mountain accumulation there from Johnson County into western North Carolina. I'm sure many of you are like, please, we're done with it. Let's be done with it. Hey, well anyway, and some of you also like the snow, so there's that. 28 degrees today, my friends. That is it. A low of 12 tonight in the Tri-Cities. 35 on your Sunday with a few of those flurries, still keeping us kind of cold. So that's one thing that I've changed with this forecast is as we've got the HRRR data in, we're bringing the temperatures down just a smidge on Sunday. It looks a little bit better for Monday and Tuesday, obviously. Highs back to the low 60s. That's sure going to feel nice after what we've been dealing with. Man, that's going to feel like a heat wave. Chance of rain moves back in for Tuesday night to Wednesday. It looks like at this point, another cold front tries to move in. Won't be as strong, but could bring a little bit of rain to the Tri-Cities for Thursday. Colder air to the north may keep some of that as a wintry mix, something to monitor. This is super long term, but also look at those temperatures. That's kind of critical to actually what we'd see. 51 degrees for a high in the Tri-Cities. Probably not going to be massively cold enough to the north to really bring anything accumulating, but you know what? It's way out there. We'll keep an eye on that, won't we? As we head into Friday, a cold high of 47, but you know what? It sure beats the heck out of 28. That's what I'm saying. So, you know what? Some improvement. There's your morning update. I'm going to try to get this video to update here on the web as well. It's being a little slow this morning. It's just spinning its wheel. Anyway, hope you all have a great morning, and we'll keep you updated. The Olympics is happening on NBC, hence the reason why we're doing this Facebook update, to keep you in the loop of what's happening in the weather world. And, well, I'll address some of your comments, questions, concerns here a little bit. I hope you all have a great